Check, check. Test 1, 2.
I'm gonna blow those doors right there. Why you best believe I ain't. Blow your doors right down.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ingrediology. My name is Logan. Happy Wednesday to you all. We're back here again on the stream. We're getting ready to make another delicious Wednesday weeknight dinner with you. And today's menu is going to be poke. Healthy Hawaiian poke. Now, poke is a Hawaiian dish that consists of sushi rice, usually fresh fish, and then a variety, a rainbow, if you will, mix of different vegetables. And we've got quite the assortment here today. I hope you guys are excited to cook along with me. If you want to follow along with this recipe with the VOD or here live and you're doing so, go over to ingrediology.org/Hawaiian Poke Bowls, or just find the class guide tab up at the top and then click on Healthy Hawaiian Poke Bowls. And that will take you over to the list where we have all the equipment, all of the recipes laid out, and has nutritional information. It functions as a shopping list that I actually used today while I was at the grocery store. So welcome, and how are we doing over on Tastemade? I know we got a couple of people over here on Tastemade. Thank you for signing up for the class. We are also going out live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch simultaneously. So I'm watching this chat over here. What's up, Mr. Squigglex, Alara, Tef, Banau are all here. Thank you for showing out here today, guys. I appreciate you. Mrs. Will, hello, long time no see. Long time no see indeed, right? I mean, we're going down to a once a week schedule right now, guys. So that's just all we can manage. Megan is on a business trip this week, so I apologize. Don't leave. Don't leave. I know many of you just come here for Megan. You don't even like me, but you know, she is out in Palm Springs on a business trip and having a fun time. I'm watching the baby. I'm a single dad this week, guys. All right, I'm a single dad. I'm just kidding. Of course, Kevin and Kathy are here. They have Remy out on a walk right now. He's drinking plenty of milk and having a good time. I don't even know if he knows Megan's gone yet. I want to see when she gets back what his reaction is, like to see like, oh my gosh, that's right, you weren't here. And so, but we'll see. We'll check it out. What's up, Snake Eye? Happy Wednesday to you, my friend. What are you doing? Exclamation point, Meggie. I'm here for the calf cam. I knew that too, DeCurge. Tastemade family. Thank you those of you who are coming back from the previous class, and to our new viewers as well. Thanks for signing up here to cook along with us today. I hope you've got everything ready. Please understand we do go out on 4 or 5 different platforms simultaneously here on the stream. If you want to follow along with what's happening in chat, you can just go to my Facebook page or YouTube or Twitch. Just search Ingrediology, and you can see what all these troublemakers over here in this side of the chat are. If I'm responding to questions or things that you can't even see, that's the reason. So my apologies. But we will be keeping you abreast of all the recipe steps right here over here on Tastemade. So it shouldn't be an issue if you're just here for the food. Speaking of our class guide, why don't we go over to that? I'll show you what we're gonna be needing here this afternoon. Gosh, I always forget to take the stinger transition off. Doot, bop. And then this is going to be 5. All right. So we have our Hawaiian poke bowls over here at ingrediology.org. This is going to list out your equipment that you're going to need for the class. Of course, we already have our apron. We have towels. I've got a chef's knife ready to go. A cutting board is a must. Other things you're going to need are some plastic wrap. I'm just covering my tuna here in the meantime while it's hanging out in the cooler. Some mixing bowls, measuring cups, and measuring spoons. A serving spoon, rubber spatula for tossing our rice and the seasoning here later on. A mesh strainer while we rinse the rice. Now, this Instant Pot right here, this is optional. Now, an Instant Pot or a rice cooker is how I'm going to be doing my rice this afternoon. The instructions listed on the website are meant to be for if you were doing the rice on a stovetop. The recipe doesn't change, but I just want, not everybody has an Instant Pot, so I wanted to make sure that everybody could make the rice and those instructions were clear. If you have an Instant Pot or a rice cooker and you plan on doing it that way, then just follow along with what I'm doing here on screen. Again, if you don't, follow along with the recipe instructions on the website. A sheet tray lined with parchment paper is where our rice is going to go. That medium pot is for the rice, which leaves us to get into our ingredients. Again, if you're cooking along with us here on the channel today, thank you. I'm glad you're participating. Don't feel as if you can't stop me at any point here during the stream. I try to do my best to keep my eyes on the 5 different chat box windows that I have going on. Forgive me if I miss something. Just shout at me again. Like, hey, you didn't see my question, chef. I'm not gonna get offended. Trust me. I've worked in much more offensive environments than this. Let's go over our ingredients. Let's do our ingredients, shall we? I've gone ahead and I've already laid out the mise en place for what we're gonna be doing for our rice and some of our tuna and whatnot down here on the board. So what we have laid out, everybody, first off, over on this half of the board is gonna be our rice. I've got our 2 cups of water, our 2 cups of short-grained sushi rice. You can also use Calrose rice if you don't have sushi rice. We have a half of a cup, almost said quarter cup. We have a half of a cup of rice wine vinegar, and then 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame seeds, toasted white sesame seeds, which we're gonna be incorporating into our rice after it comes out, all right? Now, I have the Spam, our famous Spam over here. You guys know this is a Hawaiian dish, and Hawaiians love their pork, and Spam is no exception. Introduced, of course, first to Spam on the Hawaiian Islands through American GIs and being a shelf-stable food. The Army and Navy kept a lot of it around, and then they started using it around in restaurants as well. In restaurants, in their homes, they just fell in love with the ingredient. I did too. I love Spam. Some people poo-poo Spam. You're not too good for Spam, okay? Just accept it. You're not too good for it. It is delicious, but we're gonna be frying these up. Frying, not really deep frying, but toasting them in a non-stick pan with a lid, and these are gonna be, as I described, little meat croutons over the top of our poke bowls here at the end. It's a nice crunchy, meaty garnish, okay? Now I have the marinade ingredients that's gonna be going on our fresh tuna later on. We have a 1/4 cup of sriracha hot sauce, 1 tablespoon of minced ginger paste, and then a tablespoon of sesame oil and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. This is gonna be added to 1 pound of diced, fresh, raw tuna, all right? Now, we'll talk about tuna here in a second. No, let's talk about tuna now. Don't knock spam till you try it. You're right about that, Laura. Now, the tuna I'm using today, everybody, are gonna be what are known as IQF tuna steaks. IQF, I mentioned this in our recipe webpage, stands for individually quick frozen. So these are caught, sometimes even on the ship, and cleaned and then frozen right there. Dipped in liquid nitrogen in the plastic packaging. They pull them up, and that's what this is. Now you can get fresh, never frozen tuna. My recommendations for buying fresh seafood, everybody, is try and find the absolute highest quality that you possibly can. If I'm buying fresh sushi grade tuna, then I'm gonna be going to Whole Foods. I know, bougie, going to Whole Foods. But just listen, Whole Foods goes in and they source from a local seafood purveyor in the city, whereas King Soopers, Safeway, other grocery store chains often have their own supply chains or deals with seafood purveyors, and that seafood's traveling a long way, and it's coming through their own sources. So if they don't sell a lot of fresh sushi grade tuna at Safeway, which they don't, then it's not gonna be the highest quality or the best quality you can find. Whole Foods, I know in Denver, uses Seattle fish. I actually know the fish manager over at one of the Whole Foods down in Castle Rock here in Denver, and I know that he orders from Seattle fish. So I know it's good quality, and I'm not gonna have any issues going there. But most often, when I'm just making these poke bowls at home, it's totally fine. I've done it for years using these fresh tuna steaks that are IQF'd. Now, I wanna talk real quick about how you're supposed to thaw these tuna steaks. You have to pay attention to this because being IQF'd, the tuna steaks are also vacuum packaged in plastic. That's known as an anaerobic environment, meaning that it's reduced oxygen packaging is what they call it. That's the industry term for it. Now with reduced oxygen packaging, you don't want to thaw these in the bag. They're very nasty types of bacteria that thrive under anaerobic environments. And if you abuse it temperature-wise or time-wise, then you run a much higher risk of poisoning yourself with your own sushi, okay? So what you wanna do is take these out of the packages and then put them in the cooler on a sheet tray and let them do a slack thaw. Slack thaw is when you let it slowly thaw over the course of many hours or days, okay? And it usually takes about 24 hours. If you're taking it out of the freezer, you're taking it out of the packaging, you're putting it back into the cooler. Oh, I just hit the microphone, sorry. You're putting it back into the cooler, but wrapped up and covered with plastic wrap, then it should take about a day to thaw out, okay? So that's how I want you to handle the tuna. Don't be going and thawing these in the package. I actually need to change that on the website. It's a bad habit. I've done it before, but I was reminded by, well, my experience with the health department. Guys over on Tastemade, where are you joining us from? I know we've got a few new viewers here this afternoon. A couple of repeat guests as well. Thank you for coming back. But where's everybody joining us from? We got 3 people over here on Tastemade right now. Let me see, IQF, get out of here. Yes, they are IQF Snake Eye. You refuse spam? Wait, Tef, you don't like spam? What the hell? What color and scent should we look for? To curse, that's a very relevant and good question. So whenever you're buying fresh fish, guys, you want to make sure that it doesn't smell like the wharf at low tide. Some people say, oh, my fish smells really fishy. Of course it smells fishy. It's literally fish, okay? It should smell fishy. If it doesn't smell like fish, then I don't know what you're buying. But what people are most often referring to when they say fishy is something that's turned, and that's why I use that descriptor of like the wharf at low tide, like a bad ocean smell, okay? So avoid anything that smells off. Now, if you're getting like a little briny fishiness off of that, but it's nothing like malodorous, then you're fine. Now, in terms of color, you don't want anything that's browned out or gray or dry around the edges if we're just talking about the meat of the fish. If we're talking about head-on fish, so fish that still has the head, the gills, the eyes intact and all that, you want to specifically look at the eyes and the gills. With the eyes, they should still be puffy and convex, all right? Not concave and sunken and dried out and cloudy. A fish like that's been sitting for a little while. And then also lift up the gill flap and take a look in there at the gills. The gills should be bright red or pink. If they're browned out or they're gray, that means it's oxygenated. That fish has been dead for way too long or just handled improperly, and you don't want to buy that. So color, smell, and texture are all very important. Okay? I hope that answers your question, DeKirch. Redmond, Washington. Nikki, great to have you from Redmond. Nikki, if I remember correctly, because I was looking at the guest list earlier, you joined us for the green chili mac and cheese, I believe, if I'm remembering. But it's great to see you again. I hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. All right. Yes, Logan, refuse spam. It is slime for me. It is not slime. It's not slimy. Especially the way we're going to be doing it today. I've already gone ahead and, like you saw, I diced up my spam, and we're going to put that into our pan and get it going. And it's going to be nice and crispy and delicious little meat croutons, okay? Have faith. Have faith, Tef. Now, the first thing we're gonna do, because we'll get into the veggies here in a little bit. I'll introduce that to you here in a second. But let's make our way over the sink because we gotta start off cooking our rice. You wanna think of these recipes and like what is gonna take the longest. And typically, whenever I'm making poke, I start with the rice because you gotta go through the rinsing process and then you have to soak it and then it's gotta go into the rice cooker and come up to temp and then go. So it takes about 45 minutes when we're talking about the whole process for getting the rice done. During that time, while it's doing its thing and soaking, we can take care of our veggies. We can toss our spam in the pan and crisp that up, clean our fish and marinate that. So that way, by the time the rice is done, it's ready to come out of our rice cooker, then we can just throw everything together in the bowl after the rice is seasoned. Okay? So let's go over to the sink. To the sink. Bringing with me my 2 cups of short-grained sushi rice right here. We have a bowl and a strainer. Now, I'm gonna take my strainer out and just put the rice directly into the bowl. And then I'm gonna run some cool water over the top of it. Now, while we're running cool water here, you wanna be agitating your rice with your fingers. You can see how cloudy the water's becoming. I mean, it looks milky, right? It's opaque, you can't see through it. That's all the starches that are coming off the grains of our rice. And that's the entire reason behind rinsing our rice, any kind of rice. You're trying to rinse off all that excess starch. So we're just gonna pour that off after it's filled up. And then continue with a new batch of water. Now we're not gonna go until this is like perfectly crystal clear water. We're gonna go until, well, I usually say 3 rinses is fine. You can go further if you'd like. But it should look like with the water you took and just dropped a cap full of skim milk into it. You can still see individual grains through the bottom of it. But the rinsing is very important because it's gonna help our rice not turn into porridge. If there's an excess starch that's left there in our rice, it's gonna be oatmeal-y, right? So we've rinsed twice. Let me come up with the camera a little bit. So we've rinsed twice, and then this is our 3rd and final rinse. You see what I'm talking about specifically with the water? I can see individual grains of rice through here. It just looks like a cap full of milk got spilled into our water. And that's exactly what we're looking for. All right, in comes our strainer. We're just gonna strain that out thoroughly. It's quicker than waiting to drain it with your hand on the side of the bowl. Oh, and then I fill it back up with water like a big dumb dummy. Boop. There we go. And with our rice rinsed, we're gonna go over to the rice cooker, Instant Pot, AKA the Instant Pot, and our 2 cups of water, and then seal the top of this. Ooh. Did you guys hear the Instant Pot through this? The famous rinse before cooking so it doesn't stick, right? It helps to cut down on that sticking Lar for sure. Nikki, my sister lives up in Seattle, which I know Seattle and Redmond, Washington are practically the same place. You might argue with me, but to somebody who's 1,000 miles away, it seems pretty darn close. But I love that area up there. You ever get to make your way up to Victoria Island? It's one of my favorite things to do is go visit my sister, go to Victoria Island, rent an Airbnb for a little while. Not been able to go to Canada for more than 2 years now. I miss Canada. All right, that bowl can go over in the sink, and we're gonna take our 2 cups of water. Boop-a-doop. We're gonna add that in here. And we're gonna tightly seal the top of this. Now, specifically if you're using an Instant Pot right here. I like this feature on the Instant Pot because it allows me to do my soaking and my cooking, set it and forget it, don't have to do anything. I'm gonna hit the rice function, but then I'm also, now with the rice function, I do 8 minutes on low pressure. That's perfect for our sushi rice. And then delay start, this button right down here. I'm gonna pop that. I don't need a 6-hour delayed start. I just need 20 minutes. Well, 15 minutes, but this only, it says to soak your rice for 15 minutes, but this only goes for 20, okay? So I've got this on 20, it's gonna blink and blink and blink, and as long as I don't hit anything else, it's gonna say, all right, I guess you wanted 20 minutes, and then it's gonna start the timer, and in 20 minutes, it will begin cooking our rice. Pretty handy, huh? All right. Now, again, if you are going to be doing this on the stove top, you're gonna wanna grab yourself out a sauce pot that has a tight-fitting lid. And then add in your rice, rinse just as we did before, your water, and then bring that up to a simmer. Once you've achieved a simmer, turn the heat all the way down to low just to maintain that simmer. Cover tightly with aluminum foil to prevent as much excess water from getting out of that as possible, and then allow it to cook for 20 minutes. Now after 20 minutes, you're gonna pull it off the heat and then let it rest for 5 minutes. And after it's rested for 5 minutes, we'll take off that tightly covered aluminum foil, add in our rice white vinegar, our toasted sesame seeds, and toss that with some spatulas, lay it out on a sheet tray to get it to cool, because we don't want to cook any further past that. Again, we're not looking for porridge consistency. We're looking for some nice sturdy sushi rice. It'll be sticky, sticks to itself, but fully cooked through and not mealy in the center. Those are the markers we're looking for, all right? With our rice cooked, why don't I show you how we start our Spam, all right? Oh, and for those of you, how well do you like the Instant Pot? I want to get one eventually. Alara, I would highly recommend the Instant Pot. I use it all the time for all sorts of stuff. A pressure cooker is a must-have in a kitchen, and this does so many other things in a pressure cooker. It's a pressure cooker, a slow cooker, a rice cooker, and it can do, I mean, you can saute in it, you can make yogurt in it. I've never made yogurt in my Instant Pot. I've just never had the need. I should really try to make my own yogurt. But it does have that functionality if you want it. I actually have 2, because Megan and I had one, and then Kevin and Kathy had one. And then when we moved in together, we now have 2 in the kitchen. So I can do multiple things all the time. It's really great to do things quickly in the kitchen. Braised items like beef burgundy, instead of beef burgundy taking 3 hours, I can make it in like an hour and a half in the Instant Pot. It's just that high heat, the high pressure really makes meats and braising that would normally take hours and hours, it shortens it up significantly. And that's why I like it. We were talking about Spam. That's what we're gonna be doing next. Let's go over to the stove. So Randy, welcome to the stream. I would get one this month, but my dog has to go to the vets and it's gonna be expensive. Alara, I get it. We just got Kip back from the vet last week. If you guys follow the Discord, I posted the pictures of Kipling post-surgery. And he was, I look over and he has his tongue sticking out of his mouth. He's sitting on the carpet just like, I don't even think he was aware of his mouth, but we took him in for a dental cleaning, and he had to be put under, and like they were taking some. I expected him to pull a tooth, but still, even just for a dental cleaning, it was like $500-600 bucks. It was crazy. We need to get pet insurance. Randy, welcome to the stream. It's great to see you, Sigurk. I don't use my Instant Pot nearly enough. Yeah, you got to find some good recipes to do that in. I should post some more. Did I tell you I have surgery scheduled on Friday? No, you didn't, Randy, but best of luck. I know you're in the hospital right now, man, and that sucks, and I hope that this just goes smoothly for you and you start feeling better as soon as possible, my man. But I'm glad you're here. Spam. Over on the stove, we have a non-stick skillet that has a lid on it. I've already gone ahead and I've taken the liberty of dicing up our Spam right here. That's going to go into our pan, and I'm going to turn the heat. Oh, wrong burner. I'm going to turn the heat on like a medium low. All right. Spread that out, and it will begin to sizzle here in a second. That telltale sizzle will let me know that it's time to stir. We're just gonna be intermittently stirring this until it's evenly crisp on every side, and then we'll pull it out, we'll put it on a plate lined with some paper towels, and those will be our delicious meat croutons that I keep talking about. Spam. Spam is delicious, Randy. There will be no spam blasphemy in here. Spam for me. Spam for me? Yeah, spam for me. In this chat today. Guys, I know that I normally put the recipe steps up here on screen. I have them laid out down here at the bottom, but I've been making some great strides and efforts in taking all these recordings, hours and hours and hours of video that I have over the past 2 years, and working through them and creating YouTube videos out of them. And I found that as I'm editing, if I want like a shot of something, it's confusing for you guys if I have like step 14 up, but we're on step 9 in the YouTube video. And it's very hard. I've kind of screwed myself because this thing is like a moving border down here. And so it's very difficult to just kind of mask out and cover up with a new step. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and I'm gonna add in the recipe steps in post. If you guys would like to see the abbreviated versions of our class replays, I go back and I edit those, focusing just on the food and the recipe steps, guiding you through those recipes so that you can complete them at home in a much more condensed version. You don't have to listen to me go on and on and on as I am right now. I think we just posted the churros video on the Ingrediology YouTube channel, and it was like an hour and 40-minute stream. 9 minutes. 9 minutes we got it done. Boom, boom, boom. Took me like 7 days. It was a lot of cutting. And the steps didn't help. So from now on, we are just gonna be adding the steps on the screen in post for the benefit of our YouTube viewers. All right? Let's see. I'm from the land of spam. It is in my blood. That's right, Snake Eye, you are from Minnesota. Spam a lot. Let's get our tuna ready, all right? So we've got our rice down in the pressure cooker, we've got our spam on the stove, cooking away, just crisping up, and now we need to marinate our fish. I'm gonna glove up first. You guys don't keep latex gloves in your kitchen, or vinyl gloves. These are vinyl gloves, because so many people are allergic to latex. It's handy, it's real handy. So many times I'm handling meat or chicken or doing stuff, and I just wish I had a pair of gloves. I order them by the case, I get them at Restaurant Depot. We have our tuna, and I'm actually gonna do this on a plastic cutting board. It's gonna slide around with me too much. Orca Paca, welcome to the stream, my friends. Great to have you. How are you doing? How's your week going? Is Wednesday treating you well? Got my meat cutting board. All right, my meat cutting board is ready to go. Oh, what if we wanted another angle down here? Ooh, look at that. Enhanced cutting board angle. So we need to dice up our tuna steaks. We already did a short little discussion about this earlier. If you're just joining us here on Twitch or YouTube or Facebook, welcome to Ingrediology. We're making poke bowls today. And if you'd like to cook along with us or go back and watch the VOD after we're done and also make the recipe, you can go to ingrediology.org and check out our class guides tab. That'll have everything laid out for you, okay? It's a really handy resource. Tea-sipping Elf, welcome back, Elf. It's great to have you. Orca, we're doing good. Megan's on a business trip today. Well, this whole week. She'll be back Friday. I'm living that single dad life. It's real tough. Elf, I hope you're having a great week. We have our sushi grade tuna right here. Sushi grade is actually not a term that's used in the fishing industry. Sushi, I guess fish is graded in a variety of different ways depending on the fish. But if you tell your fishmonger, your seafood monger, your butcher, whoever you're talking to and looking for sushi grade fish that I'm going to be using in a sushi, they'll provide you the proper grade that's going to be safe and healthy for you to consume, all right? Make sure you freshly ground Charmander in your poke bowls. Oh my gosh. I don't even like you guys. So we're dicing up our tuna right now, guys. I made a cut through the center. I halved it lengthwise of our tuna. Now with the tuna, you'll often have a little bit of connective tissue, which I'm running into right here in this part of the loin. You see that little white line right there? You're gonna wanna remove that, get that out of here. It's kind of like silver skin inside of pork or beef. So I'm just gonna make a cut. It's just very chewy. And pull that out. Just use your knife, make a quick little incision right there. Who else is hanging out here on Tastemade? You guys sure are shy over in Tastemade chat. You're enjoying time with Logan. The week was pretty chill, but this month I'm very busy and I don't have much time to myself. But you just got to get through it. I'm having my friend over next week and I'm still trying to figure out the nature of our relationship. That's fun, getting back to work at the pizza place. I'm gonna get a lot of money I spend on burgers back in my pocket. Good. That's awesome. Glad to hear it, Orca. You ever had poke before, Orca? So first I'm gonna make long strips, these batons, the sticks of our tuna. And then I'm just gonna turn that perpendicular that I had before, and you can slice that up. Not even slice, you're dicing it. This cutting board is so tiny. I'm used to a much more luxurious, large cutting board I can stretch out on. All right, we'll take our diced up sushi. And we're gonna put that over here in the bowl. This is gonna be combined with sriracha, soy sauce, sesame oil, and ginger. Ginger paste to be specific. Damn it, I have to practically go sideways on this stupid thing. Not the best week, but I'm getting there. Do you cook the tuna or is it raw like sushi? Elf, that's a great question. I am going to leave it raw. And that's how you usually find your fish inside of poke bowls, is raw. Are you a fan of sushi, Elf? Honestly, no, I really need to. And you know what? I found some good poke places out here in Denver. There's at least two that I think of. There's one by our old apartment that we lived in last year. And we used to go down there all the time. Tried to support them through COVID. I felt bad for those people. COVID hit, right? And then this poke place we'd been going to, they had literally the month before closed down the restaurant, taken out a huge loan, and were redoing the interior of the dining room. Just updating things, making it look better, investing back into their business. And then right as like the month after they did that, boom, COVID happens. I hope they made it out of there. I actually haven't been to that place in a while. I want sushi, damn it. I'm sorry, Randy. Never had sushi or poke bowls. Oh, Elf, well, you're in for a treat. If you make it, if you go out and eat that stuff, you should definitely try it. To each their own, of course. You know, I'm not here to yuck your yum or vice versa. But I do really enjoy sushi. It's quite tasty. Or at least basic white boy sushi, AKA California rolls. California rolls are a good starting point. And that doesn't even have any raw fish in it, Elf. Oh, I got a little bit of connective tissue hanging out right there. You want to get rid of that? I'm just lining up my strips and going across. Anybody got plans coming up this weekend? Doing something fun? I just bought tickets today, like right before stream started. I got a message from one of, if not my favorite comedian, Tom Segura, and he's coming to Denver here on July 23rd, and so I bought some tickets for Megan and I to go see Tommy in July. I'm very excited about that. But anyway, got something coming up closer? With imitation crab. Exactly. It's with imitation crab, Randy. Sorry, we're talking about California rolls over here in chat. California rolls are made with imitation crab, which imitation crab is ground pollock, most usually. Pollock is a fish that they turn into that, give it red dye on the outside. It's not really crab. But if you have a shellfish allergy, you can enjoy imitation crab just fine. And that's what goes in a California roll. Do we have any Facebook friends joining us? Facebook's always so quiet. Oh, no, what's up? I mean, you guys, maybe you guys are just too loud on Twitch. I think that's what it is. I'm just used to you guys being a rowdy bunch of troublemakers. And when I run into other groups of people who are more reserved or subdued, or actually here for the food, I'm thrown off by it. Okay, so we've got our tuna, right, y'all? Whoop. That'll be in the bowl. Like that side view? That side view look pretty good to you? There we go. Yeah. There's a sushi place in town. It's the best sushi I've ever tasted, but it's quite expensive, and my bank account really doesn't like them. That's fair. To our tuna, everybody, we're gonna take and add in 1/4 cup of sriracha, the hot sauce. 1 tablespoon of ginger paste. Some sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. And then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now make sure you stir this immediately after you add your soy sauce, because what happens, unfortunately, is that if you don't, some of those pieces of fish will just soak it up a lot, and then you have other unseasoned pieces. I mean, it mixes up fairly well, but you'll get discolorations, and it'll like certain pieces of tuna will be different color from the others. Just be cognizant of the fact. Status on Facebook: I am the only one watching. I'm glad that the Facebook Ingrediology page is doing so well. Damn it. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to cover this up with some plastic wrap real quick. Our spoon can go off to the side right there. It's always best when dealing with raw fish or raw proteins of any kind, everyone, to be very mindful of your temperature and how long you're going to have it out and whatnot. So even in this small intervening amount of time that we're going to be working with our veggies and not be working with the tuna until we're ready to serve, I'm going to put it in the cooler. All right, so here we go. Toasted sesame oil is such a great thing. I agree, Randy. I love toasted sesame oil. This is the kind that I buy. I'll show you guys my bottle real quick, because I take and I measure everything out beforehand. This Spectrum toasted sesame oil. Apparently sesame oil takes like a lot of water, a surprising amount of water. It's not very environmentally friendly, I found out. I can't remember where I heard that from. But I got more sesame seed facts. I got even more sesame seed facts here later in the class. You just wait. Kevin, hello from the Facebook tribe. See, we got somebody. We got somebody in Facebook. Thank you, Facebook. Welcome, Facebook viewer. It's good to see you. Facebook viewer. All right. Let's take a quick recap. We have our rice in the Instant Pot, or our rice cooker, or in a pot coming up temperature. We've got our Spam on the stove, which is starting to simmer a little bit. Not simmer, what am I talking about? Starting to crisp up a little bit. Whoo, baby. I tell you what. I'm looking for a spatula that's... I'll just reuse this spatula. I only have 2 of these high heat spatulas, and I want to use both of them to toss my rice here a little bit later. Now, I like to keep the lid here on the Spam. Typically when you're frying or crisping things up, you wouldn't keep the lid on it. But with Spam, to like make it real crisp all the way through, if you leave that lid on and kind of lock in some of that moisture, it allows the entire cube of Spam to heat all the way through and then some of that fat to render out. And then towards the end, after I start getting a little bit of color on different edges, then I'll take the lid off, let a lot of that excess moisture evaporate, and it crisps up real quick. But right now, we're just focusing on keeping that moisture in, cooking the Spam through. Not that you need to cook it through, you can just eat Spam right out of the can. Anybody do that? Just take like a plastic spoon, eat Spam. It's not dangerous, but that's how I prefer to do it, all right? Hello, Facebook. They have a roll with caramelized pecan, sweet potato, avocado, basil, and it's covered in, what? Oh, beetroot carpaccio, tahini, and Roquefort cheese. It is amazing. That sounds incredible. Food questions, welcome to the kitchen. It's great to have you. Food questions, you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch? I guess I won't know until you actually type in chat, but my name's Logan, and everybody, if you're just joining us here on Ingrediology for our Wednesday weeknight dinner, we are making healthy Hawaiian poke today. If you've never had poke bowls, it is sushi rice with fresh fish. Today we're making a spicy tuna, which we just finished, and then a rainbow variety of different kinds of fresh veggies. Whatever you want to put on it, you can basically put in a poke bowl. We're gonna be doing avocado and some radish, as well as, did I say radish? I meant jicama. Broccoli sprouts, cucumber, carrots, avocado, edamame, some cherry tomatoes, red pepper, and then all sorts of other toppings, okay? I'm just here to ask stupid questions, and then Sigurek hit it right back. There are no stupid questions, only stupid people. Okay, well, we got the first half right. There are no stupid questions here. Food questions, to let you know, I am a chef instructor. I've been teaching in person for about 4 years prior to the pandemic. Thousands of people, hundreds of classes over those 4 years in Denver, Colorado. And then we took the show online during the pandemic, and I just continue to do it. I like doing it so much, I thought I'd just stay here online, right? So please, throw out your questions. I'm more than happy to answer them. That's what I do. That's the entire point of this stream. By the way, if you want to follow along with the class guide here, everybody, go over to ingrediology.org and then click on the class guides tab, or you can just click on the Healthy Poke Bowls picture on the home page. That'll take you to the class guide where we have all the equipment you're gonna need, your recipes, a shopping list, nutritional information laid out for you. So you can even come back and watch the VOD later and make the poke at that time, all right? Let's talk about those veggies. I mean, we did already just kind of talk about the veggies that I'm gonna be doing here. What just happened? Oh, I know what's going on. Stupid. All right, camera 3. Boop. Down on the board we are. So we already talked about the wide variety of veggies that we're gonna be using here. It is time to process these, to cut them up and get them ready to go into our poke bowls. Just as a refresher, here's our fresh shelled edamame. It's 1 cup in the recipe. I thought the whole bag, because I was snacking on it before we started. I shouldn't have done that. Now my audio is going to be all messed up. Anyways, cherry tomatoes. I like getting the rainbow variety. I like the multicolored right here. And we have avocado, carrots, cucumbers, jicama, our broccoli sprouts, and then we have green onions and cilantro. I just have these wrapped in some paper towels. Do I look like a chipmunk right now talking to you guys? I have these wrapped in paper towels because, as I've learned through my in-person classes, it wilts before we get to it. So it's just a damp paper towel that I wrap my fresh herbs in so they don't just like before we actually get them on screen, all right? If you are cooking along with us over here on Tastemade, make sure you've got what I just talked about out on the cutting board, because it is time to start cutting, okay? Oh, I almost knocked that tray off. Let's begin. What do we want to begin with? Let's start with this ridiculous hunk of jicama. I went to the grocery store today and I was looking for a jicama. I mean, I'm looking for a jicama like the size of my fist. Like and that doesn't even do it justice because my fist ain't that big. I'm looking for a size of jicama like this big. This is the only one they have, like a 4-pound frickin' jicama. Fricama. What? Before I go to sleep, it's been lovely as always to see you. I hope now I know this poke bowl will be amazing. Have a wonderful rest of your stream. Thank you, Orca. You have a good rest of your night too. Appreciate you being here. We'll catch you. We'll catch you next week. If you want to join us next week, we're gonna be doing shepherd's pie, baby. So jicama is something that I would describe as a cross between an apple and a potato with none of the sweetness of the apple, the sugars that normally come from an apple, but not really much of the starchiness that comes from the potato. So it's like a non-sweet apple. Are you all informed now? Good. That terrible explanation did the trick. So your jicama is covered in wax. That's one thing I forgot to mention. You can see this has like all these weird bubbles and stuff on the outside. That's wax that's on the outside. And they do that just to help keep it fresh. But you definitely don't want to eat it. It doesn't come off with water, right? And you don't want to be running water so hot that you melt this into your sink because you'll be calling the plumber for sure. But I'm just gonna take off all the skin on the outside of my jicama to remove the skin and the wax. So I started by taking the top off, taking the bottom off, and then we're just gonna run our knife down the outside here. Betty, what is up, Betty? How you doing? What brings you to the stream here today? Have you ever had poke before? How we doing, K-Money? You two just hanging out over on the Facebook feed. I appreciate you. Keep an eye on those Facebook people. Let me know if anybody pops in and I miss their messages. What's your favorite blue food? Food questions. That's a good question. Blue food. My favorite blue food. There aren't too many blue foods. I mean, you got blueberries, right? But blueberries is one of the very few, it's a very rare color to occur in nature, whereas like green and chlorophyll, you know, is very, very common, ubiquitous, even you might say, across the plant kingdom. Even blueberries have green parts. Blue is not proven out evolutionarily to be very advantageous, apparently, or there'd be more of it, right? So I'd have to just go with blueberries, right? Or what about a blue cherry slushie from 7-Eleven? Those are pretty good. And we really don't need even this much jicama, guys. I'm gonna figure out something to do with this jicama. Good deal. Now what we're gonna do is cut this up into little sticks. So to start that off, I'm going to cut 1/4 inch wide slices, or planks, these are sometimes referred to as. CB Nut Tree. CB, welcome back to the stream. It's great to see ya. Plus, I'm having poke for dinner. Blob, welcome to the stream. Blue crab de Kirch. Great job coming up with another blue food. Nice. Okay. I mean, what in the hell am I gonna do with all this jicama? Good God. I need some lime juice, some chili powder, some tajin. My favorite blue food is a hummingbird. Get out of here. Ocean water slushy from Sonic. Ugh. Why are you guys like this? All right, so we've got our planks. I just like stack those up, and then we're gonna go back to that same 1/4 inch interval and get little sticks. Eat it, Logan, eat it. With Chef Logan, we eat like this most days. Yeah, Logan, pot pie was bomb. Family is making me make it again this weekend. That's awesome to hear. That's great news, CB. I love it when people enjoy the recipes that I put out, especially their families. I'm glad you joined us the other week for it. Now, if you want to, you can also make the poke bowl. I got the class guide up. It's over on ingrediology.org. This is all for free, guys. This is a free resource that I provide to our communities. I just want you guys to be here and cook with me. All right? Now, if you'd like to help support us on Ingrediology, you can donate to our Ko-Fi page. Ko-Fi is like Patreon. Buy me a coffee, help buy groceries, contribute to equipment, website hosting fees, and whatnot. It's not free, unfortunately, to run the business, even though I do have it based on a freemium model. Trying to, suffice off the good graces and generosity of others who appreciate the work that I'm doing over here. Now, spam. Let's give this a stir. Exclamation point support in chat, guys, if you'd like to link that Ko-Fi page. I really appreciate it. Thank you in advance. Now we're starting to get a little bit of color here on the Spam. So we need to increase the frequency with which we are stirring it up. Now let's move on to our next vegetable. Now here's the fun thing about jicama. It doesn't oxidize like potatoes or apples do. Let's get our cucumber going. Now with the cucumber, this is very simple. We're just gonna take and slice this thinly. Now a tool that I forgot that I had, but it comes in really handy in this, and I didn't put it in our listed equipment because, you know, I don't expect most people to have these in their homes. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But a mandolin. I bought this the other day at the knife shop like 3 weeks ago, finally. Chicken gumbo. Who's saying chicken gumbo? My wife and I made a chicken gumbo from scratch last night and used the stock I made from the carcass leftovers of the pot pie. The gumbo was so good as well with that stock. Ooh, baby. Do love me a good gumbo. We're gonna be doing a Cajun crawdad boil, I think, this weekend. So if you've got a mandolin like this, everybody, you can just take and shave that off. Let's go to camera 6. Now, of course, you should always use the guard, blah, 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 warning, things are sharp and hot in the kitchen, all right? Do this under your own risk. The only deaf guy, Connor, welcome to the stream. It's great to see you. Guys, make sure you're following Connor over on his stream. Wait, what happened? Did we get a... Connor, did you rate it again? Mandolin, I own such a one. I fear such and I have respect for such. Not too much, Connor. It's good to see you, buddy. How you doing? How's your Wednesday going? How was your shift at the bistro today? I appreciate you being here. Like I said, guys, go over and follow the Only Deaf Guy on Twitch. He has his own stream. He works as a line cook in a bistro, and he just hangs out with you all day and does his shift and has his job. It's over in the UK, so his stream is usually on during the mornings over here in the US, so it's a nice place to just chill. He's got a really supportive, fun community. He's a great guy as well, all right? A mandolin is just a finger trap waiting to happen. You know, you're not entirely wrong about that. All right, let's get our carrot peeled. Anybody in chat eating poke recently? Shift is good, thanks, mate. Winded down for the night, but wanted to pop in. You wind down, Connor, you deserve it. I appreciate you always being here for our weekly classes and raiding in with your people when you can. Let's give that spam a stir, everybody. Boom. That's getting close, guys. Getting pretty darn close. All right. So we've got our carrot all done. It's at this point, I would say, grab yourself a box grater. And we're going to run this through our box grater. Okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that secondary cam. Secondary board cam. So fancy, chef. What are you doing over here? Okay, Money, remember to love the stream. Yeah, come on, guys. Drop those likes. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. I mean, unless you don't like it, then I guess I don't know why you're here, but thank you. Be careful as you reach the end of your carrot here, guys. This is almost as dangerous as the mandolin. Oh, Connor, thank you so much for the cheered 100 biddies. I appreciate you. Thanks for supporting here on Ingrediology. You're really the best, man. So everybody, if you're a part of our Twitch audience, I already mentioned our Ko-Fi page. The reason we opened up our Ko-Fi page is because we're going to be exiting out of our Twitch affiliate agreement. It just doesn't make financial sense for us as a business right now, and we're trying to go in a different direction where we're able to keep a larger percentage of our earnings instead of giving half of my money to Jeff Bezos like he needs more money. So we're going with an independent support model. I do understand that fewer people will support just because there's more steps involved. But if you do enjoy what we do over here, consider signing up over on Ko-Fi with a recurring monthly membership, knowing that I actually get 100% of the proceeds from that, not just 50 like I do on Twitch. All right, so we've got our carrots shredded, we've got our cucumber, we've got our cucumber sliced, our jicama all cut up into batons. Let's start with our red bell pepper. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna transfer this over the sheet tray just to try and keep my cutting area clear, because this will slowly fill up and choke and clog. You gotta keep a clean station, okay? You can use bowls. You know, you totally pull out bowls and have each ingredient in its own nice little individual bowl, looking like a Giada De Laurentiis cooking show over here. But then you gotta wash 53 bowls at the end of your poke, right? So we're just gonna take and we're gonna stack it up over on the sheet tray. Work smarter, not harder. Am I right, guys? I felt that when I was an Amazon delivery driver. I know, right? Ugh. Okay. Spam, I hear spam sizzling. We better take a look. Nothing worse than burning the meat croutons. I'm pretty happy with the crispiness right there. I'm gonna take and turn off my heat because, you know, I don't want to push it. I don't want to go too far. I have before, not just with spam. But I get to talking to you guys, I forget what's going on behind me over here at the stove. I'm very distractible. And then we end up with like one side of our little spam cubes being all black. That's what we're gonna do. Bam. We're just leaving it there. Heat's off. It's still hot. It's still sizzling a little bit. We're gonna keep the heat off and we'll get ready to serve that when our poke bowls are fully done. Now, the rice looks like it is done. Oh, it's got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left on the rice in our rice cooker. So why don't we speed up a little bit? Jeez, chef. So down here on the board, I've got my red bell pepper. Side angle. Now we want to get strips like we did with our jicama, just sticks. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is take off the top, take off the bottom, stand it up on its end, make a slice down the side of it, and then you can put your knife right inside, and then just roll it open. That makes sense? Boom, that thing pops out. Look at that, oh, fancy. And we're left with nothing but the flesh of our pepper, which we can then thinly slice up. How about that? Cooking girl, welcome to the stream. Ingrediology, I'm gonna lurk, man. Have a great rest of your stream, Logan. CB, thanks for being here. Again, I appreciate you. I'm glad that you liked that biscuit top chicken pot pie the other week. And your family is requesting more. Enjoy your lurk, sir. Cooking girl, what you been up to? Long time no see. We're just gonna take these strips and cut them at like 1/4 inch intervals. Okay, guys? Thin strips, you know, not even 1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch. This is, that's the thickness of a julienne, but this isn't the length of a julienne. Julienne should only be 2.5 inches long. What I'm probably gonna do is after I get done slicing all this down, I'm just gonna go back and run my knife and halve them all real quick, okay? All right. And that is the timer for our Instapot with the rice, everybody. We need to release the pressure on our rice. Now, if you were doing this on the stove, keep your eye on the timer. Remember, you're bringing your rice to a simmer, covering it, turning it down to low, letting it simmer out for 20 minutes, and then removing it from the heat after 20 minutes, leaving it covered, and allowing it to rest off to the side of the stove for 5 minutes. And then we'll pull it. But now, let's get that pressure out of there. Sorry for the noise. Can we get a shout out for Cooking Girl, though, please, in chat? Tef, if you've not already taken care of it, a fellow food and drink streamer here on Twitch. Go check out her content. Give her a follow. Awesome person. For the rice, are you doing a quick or natural release? DeKirch, that's a good question, and I think I just answered it by showing you that on stream. We're gonna do a quick release on the rice. Good question. I wouldn't have even thought to address that. I don't use the natural release very often in my Instant Pot. Kind of unnatural about it. Wow, isn't that great? Don't you love the stream? You get to watch an Instant Pot release. Where else can you find this kind of content? All right. With our rice finished, we're gonna come back down here. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna take a sheet tray that has been lined with parchment paper. Don't forget about our half of a cup of rice wine vinegar and our 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame seeds. Gotta be quick, it's gonna be hot. Look at that. Nice rice. What does it look like, Chef? It looks like rice, okay? I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It's very ricey. Okay, so what I like to do is, it's hot in the dickens. So I'm just gonna do a quick flip. It's gonna be loud, fair warning everybody, but just boom. And if you do it right, it doesn't happen very often in the Instant Pot. This happens more often with rice cookers because, well, at least many of the rice cookers that I've used have been Teflon or non-stick lined, so it just pops out like in a cake, which is great. But oftentimes with the Instant Pot, it doesn't do that. Be careful, guys. Don't just stick your fingers underneath here. Steam burns are no joke. And there's a lot of steam hanging out here in our rice. Whew. Where's a towel? Go ahead, get that rice out of there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Man, it's hot just getting out of the frickin' pot. God. I'm getting soft, everybody. I've been sitting at a computer for 2 years, not working in a professional kitchen. My hands are getting the feeling back. I don't like it. I got soft little boy hands now. Okay, so with our rice still kind of in a pile, in a mound, I'm gonna take it and I'm going to drizzle over the top our half cup of rice vinegar. This is gonna season our rice, give it a nice tang. All right, just pour it evenly over the top and then shake some sesame seeds, our 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds right there over the top. Bam. And now, we're working at cold stone, all right? We're gonna take, and with the, not the flat edge of our spatula, but the sharp edge, it's not really sharp, but take and just break up the big clumps of rice right here. And like a good brazier, we are just going to lift and separate. Now with rice of any kind, but particularly sushi rice, since you so often hold it after it's cooled, you want to make sure, just like we talk about our fish, you don't abuse this time and temperature wise, meaning we don't leave it out at room temperature for longer than 4 hours, okay? Now to stop the cooking process and release some of this heat, I'm just gonna spread this out in an even layer after I've tossed this all together. And then we can cover this with another sheet of parchment paper. I don't think I added parchment paper to the equipment list, and I've used it like 4 times. What am I doing? What kind of operation am I running over here? We've been trying to finish our house remodel, move into unpacking a pod and installing back into the house. Oh man, I'm sorry. Moving stinks. It's great when you're done and you're settled, But for those living out of boxes, it ain't no fun. I'm glad you're getting that done, cooking girl. What you drinking? To Kirch, I'm having a Not Your Father's root beer. Oh God, oh my God, I just remembered you guys were expecting a baby. All go well? Baby. Oh yeah, he's upstairs. He's taking a nap. Yeah, that's right. I got a son now. Oh, almost forgot. No, he doesn't allow me to forget. Megan's on a business trip right now, cooking girl, so I am the on-duty person at night, the only one. We usually split it up, like switch off every other. But he was so nice, and he woke up once last night. Woke up at 1 in the morning, and then he went to bed at like 6. Woke up at 1 in the morning, and then slept again until 6. Slept 12 hours straight with one wake up. So very fortunate that this little boy is sleeping well. Now we can set this off to the side until we're ready to serve, which we'll be ready to serve when we finish cutting up our veggies, everybody. So we're getting close. Taste Made, how you doing? You following along okay? You keeping up? I'm sorry about these hooligans again, but you're not saying much, so I just want to make sure everybody's cool. Any questions so far? You're already 5 months behind. Remy's already here. Oh my God, my Lardo's never slept through the night until after 18 months old. We've had 3 nights where he's gone from like 6 until 5 in the morning. And like Megan and I wake up and we're like, did you wake up? No, I didn't wake up. Did you wake up? No, wow. I think the secret was like we never did any co-sleeping. He never slept in our room with us. He was from like week 1 in his crib. If he wanted to sleep, I swallowed him up, put him in his crib. There was a baby monitor. And so that's how he's always slept. There's no like transition between like, oh, he's not with us anymore. Oh, should we get a sound maker? He's all this stuff. You know, we've just kept it very steady for him. And it's paid off. You know, listen, new dad, first time parent right here. I don't know diddly nothing about nothing. Okay, fully admit that. But that's just what worked for us. Yeah, parents, like everybody's got their own opinions and the right way to do things. And you know, if it works for you and your child, it works. You are great. Annie, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you being here. Annie, have you done any of our classes before, or are you a first-time guest? Do not stress me out, Logan. I'm not saying anything, okay? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But cooking girl, he's amazing. He's a very chill baby. I can't complain at all. He's been so good. He's up on his feet. He wore his first pair of Nikes yesterday. Guys, if you want to see Remy in his first pair of Nikes, go over to hit ! Discord and chat. Join our Discord. Go to the just chatting section, and I posted the pictures of like 5 of my pairs of Nikes lined up next to the door with just like his little pair of Air Jordans for a 3-month-old set up next to it. Face melting. You're gonna die. Okay, tomatoes. I've got my cherry tomatoes down here on the board. Let me show you a little trick with this. Where are the plates? Sorry. Well, we have to keep telling Remy is Dada's loud. Okay, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to scare you, buddy. Dada's just loud. Separate your tomatoes out by size. No, that way. So I'm just taking the largest tomatoes that I got right here. They're all fairly similar in size. I'm putting them down here on this upturned plate. I'm gonna take another plate, put it over top, and then with a very sharp knife, I'm just gonna run this through. And this is how, well, if you don't drop them on the floor, this is how you can do like 10, 15 tomatoes at one time. I was here last week. That's right, Annie. Well, thank you for coming back to us. Appreciate you. I am working on the replay for the chicken pot pie. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys' patience with that. Oh, those are too small. The churros and spiced chocolate video just went up on YouTube. If you guys want to follow along with that, the class guide's still up. Follow us on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Self-promo, self-promo, self-promo. Honestly, guys, the reason why we do all these classes for free is I'm just trying to build up my presence. I'm not like some big social media influencer. I just really like cooking. I like the medium of live streaming. And I need your help in spreading the word. So if you enjoy what we're doing and you can't support financially, I totally get that, and it's not an expectation. But what would really help is if you shared this stuff on Facebook or on whatever social media you have. Spread the word, tell your friends about it, invite them to classes, because that's going to go the furthest in the long run for us. Tomatoes are done, all sliced up. Did you like that little trick? Let's mince up our cilantro. So we have cilantro laid out. I keep this, for those of you just joining us, I keep these in the paper towels, in a damp paper towel, so that they don't wilt by the time we get to it. It's very dry. It's so dry in Denver. You gotta keep it moist. Haha! Megan ain't here. She's in California. I can say moist as much as I want. Moist, moist, moist. Moist, 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 moist. If she's watching, she's screaming. My wife doesn't like the M word, and it's a trigger in Twitch. If you say the M word in chat, it'll like block you or time you out for a certain amount of time automatically. Logan, drink Wawa, thank you. I need to hydrate. What if I just drank root beer? So, quick tip, guys. You don't have to de-stem cilantro like you need to de-stem parsley. You just saw that I took the bunch and just started moving across it with my knife. Okay, the oil that gives cilantro its characteristic flavor is actually throughout the entirety of cilantro's stems. Parsley, though, the stems are bitter, more bitter than the leaves are. And you also use that more often for garnish. You don't want bits of stem hanging out on the garnish. Yada, yada, yada. There's multiple reasons to de-stem your parsley. I'm just telling you, you don't have to waste the time doing that with your cilantro. Just mince it up, put in a big old ball. Mince, 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 mince. Exclamation point, Megan. Megan is the boss of this stream, don't you forget it. Yeah, well. Thank you, bot, for reminding me. Happy wife, happy life, okay? I just feed her great food. That's how I keep my sugar mama happy, right? You gotta keep that sugar mama happy. Let's go with our cilantro. I kinda do want a bowl for this. What was in here? Okay. Cilantro can go in there. Get ready if you're following along. We're gonna be plating up here soon. So I grabbed some bowls. I got some beautiful lacquer bowls. They're red on the inside, black lacquer on the outside. All support for Maggie to rule over Logan. Thanks, Tef. All right, on to our green onions. We're gonna slice our green onions thinly on a bias. All of our veggies I took and washed beforehand. Don't just start using vegetables or any produce really without having first washed it. All right, that's your disclaimer. Tef's like, hey, you need to give more warnings on stream to people. There's your warning. So what I mean by cutting this on a bias is instead of going straight across and getting little rings, like that, little rings of green onion, that's fine, that's pretty, that's cute, but let's go pro level, all right? It's big brain time. Instead of being right here, we're gonna go at a 45-degree angle to our green onion. An 1/8 of an inch thick. And this is known as cutting on a bias. Let's take off the tips first. They're just wilted and dried and weird. Okay. I like when people are safe. That means they can cook for more years. I've not been as safe as I should be in the kitchen plenty of times, and I'm still gonna continue to cook for years. If you have a death in the kitchen, something went horribly wrong. Nothing I'm ever gonna do on stream is going to be able to kill you. Let me think about that. Yeah, I don't think so. No, nothing's gonna be able to kill you. Again, not things unless things go horribly wrong. I mean, maybe deep frying would be the most dangerous. Having a grease fire in your kitchen. That's dying in a house fire, you know? And I'm sure you did something dumb to get to that point, like pouring water on it when it broke out. A mistake which I have made in professional kitchens when I was like, 17 years old. Pan caught fire on the stove, took it out in the back alley, dumped a big pot of water on it, and there was a giant fireball. And we watched on the security cameras later on. Tuck those fingies. Yes, thank you. Exclamation point, Bert. Do we still have the Bert clip up? Bert the butternut squash was our mascot for a while here on the stream. And the day that I finally drew a face on Bert was the day that Bert died. He took a swan dive off the top of the refrigerator. And if you follow that link, you can you can see Bert die. Okay. Last thing to do here, everybody, is going to be slicing up our avocado. I got 2 avocados. I felt this avocado here today. I was like, ooh, there's a little bit of air here in the skin. I'm not entirely sure if I cut into this. I don't want to cut into it on stream and then have it be all browned out on the inside and then it's like, oh, well, I guess that's the avocado we're doing. It's a little brown. All right, let's go avocado number 2. I'm not going to waste that avocado. Everyone, cool your jets. I can already hear you typing furiously. I will use that avocado, all right? Now, what I'm doing is I'm just taking the knife and I'm setting it alongside the avocado so that I'm going directly in towards the seed. Once I hit the seed, we're just gonna take and rotate all the way around. I don't think I did that very well. Then you can turn this and pop it open. Oh, look at that. Avocados from Mexico. Okay. Bert died. Yes, Bert did die. Now to get this seed out, I just give it a little tap with a knife so it's in there, and then give it a little bit of torque. Whoop. It pops right out. Okay. Now, if you're making a batch of guacamole or something, or if you're cutting your avocados in advance, ahead of time, a nice little trick is hold on to that pit. Hold on to your avocado pit. Take the tip of your knife, pre-cut this. This is how I prefer to do it. You can take a spoon and you can pop the avocado flesh right out of the skin, and then do this on your cutting board. But then you've just exposed all of this avocado to the air, and just like apples or potatoes, they oxidize. So as oxygen interacts with the fruit or vegetable or produce or whatever, it turns it brown. So by doing this and leaving it in the skin, I'm exposing the avocado to less oxygen. We can pop that pit right back in and then put it together, because there's oils inside of the pit that will help to keep this from oxidizing. Isn't that fun? Isn't nature amazing? Nature's pretty neat, huh? I'm sorry. All right, so we got this sliced, ready to go. No other veggies here to slice up. We want to make sure before we start plating up our bowls that you have your sashimi togarashi. Sashimi togarashi is a Japanese spice that consists of dried red pepper flakes, sesame seed, seaweed, ground up. It's a little spicy, but it's very, very delicious. I love this stuff. And then I have some black sesame seeds. So I had white sesame seeds out earlier. So white sesame seeds and black sesame seeds are the exact same thing. Now, black sesame seeds have not had the hull removed. So in the case of white sesame seeds, it has been steamed off. So this is actually the more of the sesame seed, I guess you would say, because it still has the hull of the outside of the seed intact, where this has been steamed and then they're toasted, okay? Same thing, 2 different ways of processing it. I feel Logan must make fun of me since I have an exam in nature science next Tuesday. I mean, I just make fun of you for being in school, you nerd. I'm just joking. All right, guys. It's time to start plating everything up. What do you think? Let's get those black lacquer bowls out. Logan's not wrong. Nature is amazing. Thank you. I mean, I know I'm not wrong. How do I want to do this? Do I want to just do one at a time? That'd probably be best. Let me get closer. There we go. That's a nice shot. And we're going to begin with our rice. Let's take and put about a cup of our seasoned sushi rice down here in the bottom of our bowl. And then let's get our tuna out. What-ho! Arby, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, arbitrator. Where you at? I lost your chat. Well, let's not get in the habit of Logan, he's not wrong. Telling Logan he's not wrong. Guys, can I get a shout out for Arbitrator06, please? Amazing streamer here on Twitch. You guys really check out his channel. I've never met anybody else who does gator wrestling in Louisiana quite like Arby does. All right, so good to see you, buddy. Happy Wednesday. Okay, let's see. We're gonna put in our spicy tuna right here. I like putting in about 4 to 6 ounces of spicy tuna. And then here's the fun part. Now we just get to take all these wonderful little veggies that we've taken and we've sliced up and they're sitting over here on the tray ready for us, and we get to arrange them beautifully along the outside edges of our bowl and make it super, super Instagram worthy. Oh, you know what I forgot? I'm sitting here thinking like, what am I forgetting? I know I don't have something. Nori. Nori is what I don't have. So if you're looking at the recipe on our website, you'll see I've got some nori sheets listed. So nori is shredded, compressed, and then dried seaweed. This is what you wrap the outside of your tuna, or what you wrap the outside of your sushi in when you make sushi. All right, so this is what they look like. Nori has 2 different sides. Of course it has 2 sizes, 2-dimensional shape. I know, but they're distinct from each other. On one side, you're gonna have a very shiny, smooth part of your nori. And then you're gonna have a rough side of your nori. This is more relevant when we're actually making sushi. You wanna put your rice down on the rough side of your nori. It doesn't apply when we're making poke bowls, because we're just gonna be tearing this up into pieces. Oh no, that was my last sheet, everybody. Perfect, well I needed 2 sheets, I had 2 sheets, and I need to add to the shopping list to buy more nori. I'm gonna have to start a new account because people are gonna be disappointed. Oh, Arby, I've been doing that to you for years, if not months. If not months, if not years now. Years, if not months. Oh shit, I stepped on a tomato on the floor. God damn it. Okay. as I was saying, everybody, you need to start taking and arranging your lovely fresh vegetables, all the amazing fresh veggies that you got right here. I love eating poke bowls, especially during the winter months, because I just, you go during the holidays and you're eating all this rich food and you're over at people's houses and it's casseroles and shepherd pie and it's biscuit topped chicken pot pie and just gravy and meats and roast turkey and duck. And you just crave something that's healthy, not gonna make you feel bad after you've eaten it. And poke is exactly that. I always feel great after I've eaten the poke bowl. It's got protein, it's got your nice, clean, easily digestible starches in your rice, and then a whole assortment of veggies. Here's the jicama and our edamame. Let's put a little bit of shredded carrot right here. Ooh, look at these contrasts in color, everybody. Yes. Yes, Poke King. I'm definitely not a Poke King. Cherry tomatoes. Again, I just love those bright colors. The yellows, the oranges, the reds. That's why I buy these multicolored heirloom cherry tomatoes. Bam. Then some red pepper. Strips of red pepper in here. I line it up all around the outside. Kind of fan it open. That's some good stuff. Now again, there's no right or wrong way. No book of poke in the Bible, all right? You can put in whatever you'd like, whatever is most appealing to your taste and palate is what you should go with. You just need rice. You don't even have to do fish. Sometimes I do tofu with poke. And again, by pre-slicing this, it comes out, well, already sliced, obviously, duh. But pretty easy to just fan out. Spoon open. There we go. There we go. Pip Pop Cheerio. London Town. All right, now we're gonna add in some lovely Brocco sprouts. I love these Brocco sprouts. Green onion, some cilantro over here. We're gonna tear up some sheets of our nori. Let's get some pieces. Line it up behind your cucumber. Has a little crunchy, seafoody kind of flavor to it. Not everyone's a fan of nori. I get it, that's fine. Each their own. Cada loco con su tema. But I love it. Now I got our cilantro on. Now comes the Spam. All you Spam haters, close your eyes. Matter of fact, get the hell out of chat. I don't need you around here. You don't like Spam? Get out! I'm just playing. Sprouts are kind of blocking what you're seeing. We shake some sashimi togarashi over the top here. Oh. And finish it all off with some sesame seeds. Black sesame seeds. Everybody doing okay? Ruining it with Spam? Shut up, Randy. You know what you're talking about. They're not until you try it. There we have it, everybody. Look at this delicious poke bowl that we've made for ourselves. Bright, colorful, full of flavor. I think you'll really enjoy this one. Guys, what we got going on? You not like bacon? Wait, who said they don't like bacon? Kicking me out. Wonder what happens if you say you're not a bacon or ham fan. Well, I mean, for religious reasons, I totally get it. You know, there's plenty of organized religions that don't eat pork as a rule, you know, and that has its own roots and reasons to it. I fully respect that. But I guess I can't relate. I just can't relate to not, like, if you don't have those kind of restrictions on you, not liking bacon. I don't think I've ever met anyone who genuinely was like didn't have that and then also didn't like it. What don't you like about bacon? Here it is. All right, I gotta make 2 more of these. Oh, you enjoying the side of the poke bowl? Good, good. I'm glad. All right, I'm gonna put that aside because we're gonna take some photos with that later on. I'm gonna put 2 more together for Kevin and Kathy. In the meantime, everybody, I want you to hit me with your questions. What am I leaving out? What didn't I answer during this poke class? How could I assist you in making the recreation of this dish in your own home kitchen easier for you? And if you're just joining us here on Ingrediology, guys, make sure you're going over and hitting ! recipe or ! menu in the chat. The bot will reply with our link to this class guide. That lays out all of the equipment, the recipe you're gonna need, has nutritional information. The recipe itself has checkboxes next to the ingredients so it functions as a shopping list that you can take to the grocery store with you. It's really handy. I'm very proud of it. Go check that out. Looks delicious, thank you. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your poke tonight. And guys, if you're, before all the Tastemade people take off, let me just say, one thing that really helps us here on the channel is if you leave a review for the class. I'll be sending you guys a message here on the Tastemade platform tomorrow, just thanking you for your time and telling you a couple of places where you can also engage with us on the stream. But then Tastemade sends you a message asking you, hey, how was the class? How'd it go? And I know every single business these days asks you to do this. And I gotta be honest with you, I usually don't, okay? I usually don't, and I totally get it. But it really goes a long way into helping raise our visibility on the Tastemade platform and send more people our way. So if you have the time, please do so. I appreciate it. And again, go to Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Ingrediology. Just hit !support in chat. That'll take you over to our Ko-Fi page where you can sign up to support us, help us buy groceries, and equipment and website hosting fees, everything that it takes to make our streams possible here on the multiple platforms that we go out on. Thank you in advance. And again, it's been a pleasure being here with you. And if you're taking off, have a good night, have a great weekend. Join us next week because we're gonna be making shepherd's pie here, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Mountain Time, all right? All right, guys, they're gone. They're gone. We can all be hooligans again. Who wants a drink? Never had raw walleye? Who's had raw walleye? Bravo, Chef Logan. Greetings from Brownsburg. Mike, thank you for being here. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining us on Facebook. Look, guys, we got a Facebook person. We have oh my gosh, this is crazy. Is this Uncle Mike? I'm sorry, Mike, I'm seeing only a chat box, but I'm assuming if you found the page and you're seeing us and you know who I am, then I'm gonna take a stab and say this is Uncle Mike. It's good to see you, Mike. I hope the boys are doing well. Let's finish plating this up. I guess there's still Facebook people watching me. I can't go entirely buck wild. What news from Indiana? Finishing plating up these 2. Any sushi grade fish. Can I make this with walleye? That's where it's coming from. Okay, Snake Eye's just being an idiot. See ya. Food look great, Logan. Thank you. Hello, Facebook. I'll be by shortly for my poke bowl Ingrediology. Just leave out the spam. You're getting extra spam, Randy, especially if you're coming out to eat these poke bowls. Right? I have a disease. Sorry, I'm just thinking like what Phil's response would be to me snarking at him, Randy. Super nice out today. High 6. I know, DeKirch. It was 70. When I looked at my watch here earlier today, it was reading 70 degrees outside. It was lovely. Good day to drive around with the windows down. Be nice. Old people use Facebook. I know. I gotta remember. And remember, I can't be going completely buck wild because now we go out on Facebook and YouTube trying to, you know, maintain the integrity of the brand, as if we had any integrity to begin with. But you know, what little there is. But Mike, I'm so glad you joined us. What do you think of the setup? You know, you now have a window into my kitchen weekly, whatever you'd like. Let's get some cucumbers. Cucumbers. Along the edge of our bowl. Ooh, you guys want to see a little bonus item? I got these extra slices of cucumber. I got extra tomato. Why don't we make some Thai cucumber salad? I got extra cilantro. Yeah, we got everything we need. Let me grab the fish sauce and whatnot. Logan, could an egg work in this dish? Or you say raisin? Raisin? No, I wouldn't put raisin in this. But an egg could. You could do like a nice poached egg. Why not? I mean, shoot, you could do raisins. That's fine. Like I say all the time, I'm not here to yuck your yum. You won't see me putting raisins in here, though. Not that I dislike raisins. I enjoy raisins. In fact, my favorite cookie is an oatmeal raisin cookie. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Let's get some carrots in here. Ooh, boy. Love me some Thai cucumber salad with chopped up peanuts. I don't have any peanuts, cooking girl. It stinks. Mike, this is how we do dinner. It is. Like at least once a week, their dinner is made live in front of a bunch of different people. And everybody, if you're just joining us, make sure you go into ingrediology.org, go to the class guide tab, click on Hawaiian poke bowls, and this will give you the list for everything that you need to recreate this at home for your own family. It's all free. It's a free resource that we provide to the public. If you would like to support, you are totally able to. I have links up, hit exclamation point support in chat. I do appreciate it, but I just want you guys to engage with me and come away having learned something. Woo! Woo! Ha! Okay. That's the rest of the cucumber all sliced down. We'll do that. Let's put that in a bowl. Bonk. Like I said, bonus time over here, guys. Bonus recipe. I really don't want these carrots in here, but they're coming along for the ride. Anyways, there's the remainder of our cucumber, remainder of our carrots. Here comes our green onion, just reserving enough so that we can garnish those other two poke bowls I just finished with. Here comes some cilantro. I have like everything for this Thai salad. All right. Then we're gonna need coconut palm sugar. Demerara sugar. Where's the coconut palm sugar? Híjole. Where'd that go? Kathy, did you throw out the coconut palm sugar? Ah, here it is. There's a snake that bit me. All right, coconut palm sugar. That's what we're gonna be using here. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that. A little bit of sugar. Here's some sesame seeds. Ooh, you know what I got? I don't have any jalapeno, but I do have a Fresno chili. Those are spicy enough. Sorry for spamming the chat. It's okay. Did I lose some? I think I lost some people. If Mike said anything. No. There we go, website. Thank you. Snake Eye. I don't bite much. What are you talking about, Snake Eye? Just for a little bit of spice here, we're going to slice up a Fresno chili. Take out the seeds, the pith. Thank you, Tef, for dropping the recipe link over in the Facebook chat. I appreciate you, buddy. All right, let's mince this up. Thin slices, and we'll cut it into tiny little pieces. A brunoise. You just said if it were me, I would have bit. If it was a snake, it'd have bit me. Okay, I see where I'm with you now, Snake Eye. I got you. You guys got any plans coming up here on the weekend? Thank you for banning Snake Eye, Tef. I appreciate that. Okay, boom. Some finely minced Fresno chili. Fresno is not quite as hot as a jalapeno. I always describe it as like a red jalapeno, though. It's gonna be a little less spicy. All right, now we've got tomatoes, cucumbers, cilantro, green onion, coconut palm sugar. We need some rice wine vinegar and a little bit of fish sauce. There we go. So here's our fish sauce. Here's our rice wine vinegar. We're just gonna drizzle a little bit of rice wine vinegar throughout this. Then just a titch of our fish sauce. Fish sauce is a delicious, magical umami tool, but it can be abused. Then just a dash of soy. There we go. In previous poke classes, I've actually made this salad along with the class. I just wanted something like simple, get in, get out. You guys can have your weeknight dinner. But I do love this salad. We're gonna take and we're gonna toss this together. So fresh and so clean. We're gonna toss this together. Make sure we're coating all of our veggies in that mix. Our vinegar, our fish sauce, our soy sauce, sugar, and then just let this meld. The longer it sits, the more that heat's gonna be pronounced. Weekend plans, looks at the rum. Hardly any. Heard that. I just want Megan to get home, man. I miss Megan. She needs to get back here. I like her being gone. I mean, I'm glad she's getting out. I'm glad that, you know, we have the coverage to allow her to leave guilt-free and knowing that I'm not being too stressed at the same time. But I don't like sleeping alone. I gotta be honest. I don't like it. Okay. Wait. Hardly any plans or hardly any rum. More the last than the first. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, guys. I miss Meggie too. I know, RB. I know you all are here just for Megan. I get it. That's fine. Whatever. I get some pictures with this. Like, I gotta screenshot it. Screenshot. This will be the YouTube thumbnail video. Everybody, thank you so much for joining me here this afternoon on our Wednesday weeknight dinner, the Healthy Meals Hawaiian Poke Bowl class. Well, we're done. We're there, everybody. Again, I'm going to give you an opportunity to drop any last questions here in chat before we sign off. We raid over into somebody else, but you guys have been lovely. Thank you to our Tastemade folks for coming out here today. Remember that you can check out our YouTube channel if you want to see replays of previous classes. I do take these and I edit them down. I'm a couple weeks behind, you know. I'm not very good at Premiere. I'm not a great video editor. I'm getting better at it, okay? It's coming along. But we're posting those slowly and trying to build out our YouTube content library. So subscribe over there if you'd like to see abbreviated replays of what we've been doing here on stream and other cooking tips. You can catch us here weekly on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. We're gonna be coming to you next week, same time, same place, with shepherd's pie. Now the class guide is already up on the website, so if you would like to cook along with us for that recipe, you have the ability to. You've got the shopping list, you've got the ingredients, you've got the recipe, the nutritional information, the equipment list. It's all laid out for you, okay? And it's free. What more do I gotta do to get you in the kitchen? I'm just playing. But yeah, nothing special. Missed you too, Logan. I'm glad you're back. Thanks, RB. Same to you. I miss you guys. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Looks like Boy's gonna get another little bit of a bottle. And we are going to raid. Who should we raid, Tef? Give me a raid out. I'm asking, but I'm also looking at the same time. I'm probably just gonna go. Ice Cream Posse, that's where we're going. We're gonna go see Jeff. Oh, is Kanara still on? We're gonna go see Kanara. Kanara's rated us in recent times. Flash raid. Kanara. There we go. Perfect. Fantastic. I'm glad you all got to join me here again today. Say hi to Kanara for me. She is a lovely lady, and she is an expert in food preservation. She works at the University of Oregon. No, I'm sorry, it's OSU. It's Oregon State University. She helped us out with our pretzel boxes back here over the summer into October. Yeah, she's amazing. I love her very much. She needed a blanket. She knitted or crocheted a blanket for Remy and sent it to us, okay? Very special place in my heart. All right, I love you guys, and we'll see you again here next week on Ingrediology. Peace.